In this video, we focus on the skill of finding the Cartesian equations of parametric equations, which involves only the parameter without any trigonometric functions, such as in 10b part 1 and 11 part 1 of the tutorial. For questions like this, many students will tend to make t the subject, as in 11 part 1 shown here. T is written as y to the power half, and substitute it into x. It is workable, just that the working can be simplified if we do not just use this method. If we use observation, it will be a lot cleaner in our working. So this method for this particular question is not recommended. I will recommend students to use observations as far as possible. You'll find that your working can be a lot easier. So what do I mean? Example 11, for example 10b part 1. We observe carefully about these two functions, 3t and 3 over t. Our main aim is to get rid of t. So it is not difficult for students to observe that I can choose to multiply them together, meaning we look at x, y, and the two t's will cancel out to give us 9. Straight away, our rule of the Cartesian equations become xy equals to 9. Of course, we need to pay very close attention to the range of the parametric equations given, the range of the parameter. This will limit the function and therefore will affect the range of values for our x and y. So from here, we need to be very careful. Observe that t consists of all the negative values. So this will tell us that x equals to 3t will certainly be between 0 and negative 60. So x will be negative as well. So we need to put down behind for the Cartesian equation that x is negative. How about y? Again, y being 3 divided by t, with t taking negative values, we know that our y is also negative. So it is important that for the Cartesian equation, besides writing down xy equals to 9, we need to pay attention to the limitations in the values of x and y. Otherwise, we might not get the full credit for finding the Cartesian equation. As for question number 11, part 1, if you use the observation method, you'll find that it is not difficult for us to see that t power 4 is actually t square and square again. When we choose to see it in this manner, we observe that our y equals to t square is inside here. So from here, we can see very quickly that our x is actually square root of y square plus 1. A common mistake in this question is some students may actually choose to write the Cartesian equation as x squared equals to y squared plus 1. This will be wrong as the Cartesian equation for this question. Why? If we look at x squared equals to y squared plus 1, actually x is equals to positive or negative root of y squared plus 1, meaning it consists of both the positive and negative values of x, but in our question here, only the positive square root is stated for x. So therefore, we should not include the negative square root as well. So in this case, the Cartesian equation will need to be just involving the positive root of y squared plus 1. That's the end of the solution. Thank you.